I think it's safe to say that I'm about to be the only person in the entire world who's gonna say pizza is a lot like a video game. Hold on, let me explain that. You know, you look at a pizza being made, there's like several different types. There's Chicago deep dish, there's authentic New York, there's all sorts of toppings you can put on it as well, like pepperoni, pineapple, olives. And yet, video games are no different if you think about it. There's many different genres and many different subgenres as well, you know. Perhaps you're more of a casual gamer and you like games that are calming, you know. Something like Nintendogs or Cooking Mama. Perhaps maybe you like puzzle games and you want to have your wits challenged like Professor Layton, or become a detective like an Ace Attorney, or even Danganronpa. Or perhaps you can just shut off your brain and do some mindless button mashing with some good beat-em-ups like River City Girls and even Golden Force. Or like I said, just turn off your brain, you know, and do some button mashing, or actually play a competitive fighting game, you know. There's several out there like Smash Brothers, Tekken, Street Fighter. Hell, I even recommend Brawlhalla as a good time. Perhaps you like racing games. Hey, I'm not gonna judge. There's plenty of them out there. Burnout, Gran Turismo, Mario Kart. The sky's the limit. Well, in this case, I guess it's the road. But hey, you can also enjoy RPGs as well, and man, there's so many that I could just recommend. Xenoblade Chronicles, obviously, but I could also recommend some Final Fantasy games, and hell, like I could even recommend some niche ones like The World Ends With You. Like, point is, you're never gonna be short on RPGs. Trust me, the games aren't short either. Maybe even you just want a gun to just shoot everything, you know? I mean, you might sound like you have problems, but there's games where you're there too. Like Borderlands, Call of Duty, and even more, like, I would say, competitive teamwork games like Splatoon and such. Point is, there's a game for just about everyone. However, you notice there's one genre I forgot to mention. And it's actually one of the most common ones out there and helped to get video games started as a whole. What am I referring to, of course? Why, I'm referring to... What the hell was that? Who the hell are you?
Hello, me Julius. Here's get speaks things that those not.
Okay, seriously, who the fuck invited Sailor Yip right here? God, I hate you so much. What do you want? You waste of space.
Oh, I'm also over lost self, but not be done with I'm out.
I was getting to that genre. You stupid piece of sh... Who wants to talk about fishing? Okay, fine, we'll talk about platformers. So let me give you a brief history about platformers. Before the year 1958, well, people didn't know what to do. But then in 1958, people decided to jump over barrels and make it into a competition. Someone in Japan looked at this and said, I want to make a game about this. So he made a game about this. Donkey Kong revolutionized everything. Look, you can see here, he's jumping over the barrels, like that one guy. And then somebody in Japan said, hey, we have an idea. What if we make a game about jumping over other things? Like mushroom people. With a face, shoes, and a big floppy penis. So they made a game about that. Do I even have to say about how successful Mario is? I mean, you know him, you love him, you play his games. He is literally the icon when it comes to platforming. And yet, he hasn't slowed down in all these years. Still jumping, still saving the princess, and being just as depressed as ever.
It's me, Mario.
Seriously, there's so many platformers that I just love. There's the Tasmanian Tiger, which I got to celebrate its 20th birthday last year. There's 88 Heroes, which is so much fun with all its unique characters. Then there's also obscure ones like Glover, which you play as an actual glove, and heck, you want to talk about a very weird one, there's even a game called Malice. I love platformers. But yet, there's an elephant in the room we have to address. Let's talk about Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog is a franchise that has been going on for a very long time now. Suffice to say, people love this blue rodent. Like, I'm talking madly in love. Like, people will make their own characters in it, they have tattoos, and they worship the ground he just walks on. Everyone except for me, that is. Yeah, I'm not one to shite for my opinion. I mean, I know they say respect your orders and everything, but just, nope. I've never liked Sonic the Hedgehog. And this has been a thorn in my side for as long as I can think. If I ever tell somebody I don't like Sonic, they kind of tell me I'm nitpicky. If I tell somebody I don't like Sonic, they'll tell me, oh, you're wrong, because every single Sonic game is good and... Well, to that, I only have one thing to say. I'm actually kidding. You can like whatever you want. I'm just saying, like, I'm tired of everyone telling me that I'm wrong for not liking Sonic, and whenever I thought about it, it's like, I've never really actually explained why that is, so... With that in mind, I hope you guys enjoy this video.
Stop right there! You prey to the dumb!
Okay, Susie, who the fuck are you?
My name is XX_Sonic, and for life_XX all I eat is chili dogs and ice and always live my life by got to go fast.
Oh, you're one of those. The fanboys. Listen, I appreciate that you like your franchise, but do you think maybe you can wait until after I'm done my video before you leave a nasty comment?
No, you will always be wrong because my Emmy Rose Buddy Pillow Wife says I am always right.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a doozy. Well, for those who are still here, ahoy landlubbers. My name is Captain Derpy, and this is a video about why I don't like Sonic the Hedgehog. So, a little interesting thing about me, but if I play a game that's part of a franchise, be it Mario, Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, Sonic, or the Tasmanian Tiger, or even River City Girls, I always ask myself one question whenever I play a game that's part of a franchise, and yes, this even includes my favorite game of all time, Xenoblade Chronicles. What exactly changes between each game? When I play a game, I don't want it to be the same thing over and over again. That kind of gets boring for me, if that makes sense. Instead, I like to see the series kind of evolve and become better. Look at the Tasmanian Tiger. It was originally just a simple platformer about collecting opals, thunder eggs, and golden cogs in order to progress. And what happened with it?
Beauty, butler, bonza, I got one!
The second game actually evolved into having a much bigger open world and well, the main opals actually became a currency instead of being a required collectible of 300 to get a single thunder egg. And well, you can see here, there's vehicles that you can actually do combat with, and as you see as well, there's a mini-map with a lot of different objectives and a lot of different collectibles. Point is, it actually evolved with the times, unlike just staying behind. Heck, you wanna know another game series I don't like? Five Nights at Freddy's. Seriously, every game just feels like it's the same thing over and over again. I know the newest one is really different because you can run around, but it's like the first 4 games are practically the same game with a new coat of paint. So what does Sonic really do differently if I think about it? Like, seriously, look at the first game. Okay, I can run, I can jump, I'm a little bit fast, but what happens in the second game now? Are you fucking kidding me? It's the exact same game? Well, maybe if they jump to 3D, it could be different. It's the exact same fucking game, only in 3D. What about the newest? It's the same thing, but with an open world now? How the fuck do you make the same game over and over again and not really give a fuck about what happens? Oh my god. And to think, this is only the first point. What happens next? Okay, I know this is more of an older game problem, but it's like still one that I have. I don't think games really need scores now. And before you say, oh, but this is the old game, like, they don't care about scores now, do they? Funny you say that. Sonic Generations gives you a score that really doesn't matter because you can actually beat the game with any single score, and hey, you can still get the ending no matter what you do. Sonic Colonies also gave you a bunch of Warthog stages as well as like stages that last long way too long, but hey, you can still get a good rank or a bad rank, it doesn't matter, you're still gonna get the ending anyway, regardless, good, bad, it doesn't matter, get an E or an A. And by the way, speaking of A, did you also know you can also get them in Sonic Lost World? I didn't know that until I played the game again, and by the way, it doesn't matter if you get a D, E, C, B, A, whatever you can do, because hey, if you get it on the Wii U or the 3DS version, it doesn't matter, because you can actually get any ending no matter what you do. I mean, they're not gonna gatekeep you from an ending, so hey, just get it whatever you want, it doesn't matter. Speaking of things that don't matter, Sonic Boom is a terrible game. I don't think I have to tell anybody that twice, but if you actually look, there's a little combo meter. What happens if you actually get it up all the way to like a good enough score, like a B or an A or anything? Absolutely nothing! And speaking of scores not mattering, did you know your score doesn't matter in Sonic Forces? I know you're gonna say, oh, but you can get new items to customize your avatar with, but you know what's sad about that? If you don't care about the customization of your own avatar and you just want to get through the game quickly as much as possible and you really think it's gonna matter what I make my character wear? No, it really doesn't fucking matter at all. Not to me, one bit, not at all. Oh, even one of the Sonic games, I think it's just very much okay. Like, it's not bad, but it's not the worst either. It's Sonic Colors, and even then, the score in that you get doesn't even matter because you can still get to the final boss no matter what. This also happens to be a problem in the game Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, and people praise these games to high heaven. And heck, it even happens in the game that's known as Shadow the Hedgehog, and yet it doesn't matter. You get the point. Look, I get that scores are important to show off and brag to your friends, like, oh, I got this score, and they're part of the old era and stuff, but just, you don't see Mario games like Mario Odyssey, Galaxy 1 or 2, or even Mario Sunshine. You don't see games like Spyro the Dragon, Crash Bandicoot, or hell, you don't even see series like Sly Cooper focusing on a score now, do ya? Only Sonic is the one that seems to be obsessed with scores and the old ways, and frankly, it needs to learn to evolve. And maybe use some more of its characters. Oh god, what have I started? '89. There are 89 fighters you can play as in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And yet, that still isn't a fraction of how many Sonic characters there are. Kingdom Hearts as a franchise has apparently 92 people as of me thinking of how many there are, not even playing the third game yet. And even then, that's still nothing compared to the Sonic franchise. Hell, my favorite game of all time, Xenoblade Chronicles 1, has, let's say, about 200 plus named NPCs, and even then, counting every single thing in the Sonic lore, that's not even scratching the surface. Now, before someone gets mad and says, oh, you don't like anything with too many characters, no. One Piece is like my favorite anime of all time. Dynasty Warriors are known for a lot of their characters, and well, Pokemon has over 1,000 as well. So, what exactly is my problem then with Sonic? I mean, it has several characters. Yeah, it does. But, like, have you actually stopped and looked at how many characters are either forgotten about or just how dumb some of them sound? Seriously, some of these sound like fan-made names that are just trying to get rich quick, you know? Like, oh, this is my own character, you stole it so I can get my own money. Ahoy everyone, welcome to my little quiz about Sonic characters. I'm gonna have you mark each one that you think is real or fake, and you've got a minute to do it. Good luck.
Fight fiercely, Harvard. Fight, fight, fight. Demonstrate to them our skill. Albeit they possess the might, nonetheless we have the will. How we will celebrate our victory. We shall invite the whole team up for tea. How jolly. Hurl that spheroid down the field and fight, fight, fight. Fight fiercely, Harvard. Fight, fight, fight. Impress them with our prowess. Do. Oh, fellows, do not let the crimson down. Be of stout heart and true. Come on, chaps, fight for Harvard's glorious name. Won't it be peachy if we win the game? Oh, goody. Let's try not to injure them, but fight, fight, fight. Let's not be rough, though. Fight, 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 and do fight fiercely. Fight, fight, fight.
Okay, everyone put your pencils down. And hey, Raven, how about you see me after class?
No.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, before I tell you how you did, how about I show you a few examples from a few friends of mine who were nice enough to let me show their results off. This is in no way shaming any of my friends. I asked them to do this and they all willingly accepted to do this, so I really do thank each and every one of you for participating. And how do you think you did on this right now? I'm gonna tell you right now though, I'm sad to say this, but every single one of those is real. Even Justin fucking Bieber is real. Look, I get that there's a big franchise, but, like, there are some characters I think that are actually kind of decent. Like, I find the comedian is kind of cool. And, okay, you know what? I'm gonna give you guys a little preview of something, but, like, let's just say there's only, like, 3 Sonic characters I actually like. Won't say who they are quite yet, but stay tuned to find out who those are, but too bad they don't get to share the spotlight with Sonic because he automatically wins in every single thing he does.
Don't fuck with me. I have the power of God, and Danny Man on my side.
Okay, I'm kind of running out of time here, but to pretty much just say the least, this next part is one I just don't like characters that just don't lose no matter what they do. Even if it's, like, would be relevant to stuff. Sonic Frontiers has you, like, literally have Sonic getting corrupted and then, like, oops, he's fine. This next point is actually one that I also have, but, my good friends at Rerez actually said it better than I could hear. Take it away, guys.
Don't worry, folks. It's revealed that not only is Sonic alive, but he has been consistently tortured for months on end without hope of being saved. You can probably imagine what Sonic would look like after this treatment. Bearded, tired, and emaciated, having been treated so poorly all this time in captivity. Before you can say Sonic 3D Blast, the rookie is off to the Death Egg on a rescue mission. They risk life and limb racing through Eggman's obstacles to get to Sonic in time to save him. But when you finally see him...
Oh, no, he's fine. It's as if nothing had happened to him at all. No scuffs, no scratches. He even looks well fed.
Perhaps the most fun element of this is that Sonic just happens to get freed by himself. When you finally see him, his energy shackles just turn off. What's his face from Lost World?
Zavik.
Okay, that guy lets him out to fight him or something even before the bracelets turn off. It really seemed like he was going to be freed anyway, so basically everything the rookie has been through up until this point ends up accomplishing next to nothing.
Look, I get he's the main character, but just... does he always have to win? It's just, I can't get behind a hero who doesn't really show any flaws and just can't lose. Plus, the games are just... the other thing I think my biggest point I could make of this whole thing is just... they just are... the first game is a little contradiction of itself. I could just... like, look... you have to find the hidden Chaos Emeralds in order to get the good ending. See, when I played this for the first time for footage for this, I got the bad ending. And don't tell me, oh, well, you know, it couldn't say anything like that because of the Sega Genesis. The fucking original Legend of Zelda could tell you what to do. And that was on the NES. What was Sega's excuse for this? Plus, on top of that, it's like every single time Mario does anything, he has to just copy it, and it's just like... and there's some... Look, I don't like to be negative. You can ask anybody. Like, I love being positive. I like making people happy, and you know, I feel like because I've already burned myself deep in the Sonic fan base's hole of hatred, I guess, if I can save myself a little bit, I like to name a few things that I actually kind of enjoy. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna end this video off on a positive note instead of a negative one. There may be several other negatives I don't like, but you know what? No. Screw that. Let's be positive. Here are some of the things I actually like about Sonic. Let's start off with my 3 favorite characters because I teased about that. Those would be Big the Cat, Blaze the Cat, and honestly, Dr. Robotnik. Another thing I'm not ashamed to admit is I actually like a lot of the music in the games from what I've played. Seriously, I've even hooked up kazoo covers just to have in this video because, you know, I'm pretty sure if I use the actual music I get in trouble, but, you know, you guys have good music. I'm not gonna lie. I like it. And hell, even your cartoons can be pretty good too. With that said, however, there's also only like 2 to 3 Sonic games I played that I actually thought were okay and not the worst things. It was Sonic Chronicles and Sonic Rush on the DS. You know, I may not like Sonic, but let's all agree on one thing at the very least. He's at least better than Frogger in The Great Quest. Seriously, fuck that game. I'm so happy this video is done. And I thank you for watching it until the end. If you want to leave me a comment, I left a secret phrase that you can find by paying attention to every single bold letter of my points I made. If you like this video, let me know. Like and comment as always. Subscribe to become a member of the Dirt Platoon today. The best way to reach out to me is on Discord. And as I always say at the end of my videos, stay awesome.